hear a past Prime Minister of Jamaica couldn't read all right.
A lie them a tell.
It's true Annie Palmer used to kill her husband them and suck them blood.
Pure lie that man.
It's true, say all the black people who live in Jamaica come from Africa.
Bag a lie.
I heard say the word reggae was made up by a white Englishman.
Lie. Pinchy Kobe Productions presents A Lie Them a Tell.
Well, good day everyone, good day viewers. Here we are at the Reggae Republic Studios, 33 Lindus Road, Kingston 5, Jamaica, and we're gonna have what I expect to be a very interesting and very informative and instructive talk with a massive vintage artist known as Keeling Beckford. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you, the listener, Mr. Keeling Beckford, who will have more than a mouthful to say on the evolution of vinyl.
I want to say thank you for, inviting me to this platform, presented by the man called Pinchy Kobe, right? To tell the story about vinyl and the early days of reggae.
So, Mr. Beckford, is it fair to say that vinyl is making a resurgence, or is it a question that vinyl really and truly never went anywhere? Because I know other persons have been stockpiling and keeping vinyl recordings. But in terms of the manufacturing, you want to give us your perspective on vinyl, how it started?
Well, when I come in the business, it was 1968. I record this massive hit called Combination. I give you a piece of it. Combination is hard to find. I'm telling you, baby, it's like glory divine. Just say you wanna go, say you wanna go. And I just want to know, I just wanna know. You can get the world and those behind. Yeah, those who remember that is from 1968 as a kid, 13 going into 14, I record that song. Okay, so vinyl, at those days was pretty more vinyl, and I don't even remember if cassette did come in play yet, right? Okay. But we used to go to the studio, we have a session, record a song, then mix the song, cut it, go to the cutting plant, so we cut it and acetate, right? And then we dip it, have a thing called stamper.
Yeah.
Right? From the stamper come the vinyl record.
That's right.
Right. So that was it. That's how it started.
In the days when you actually did record manufacturing with vinyl, there would usually be a number stamped on the vinyl.
Yes. You call it a serial number.
Right.
It shows a number, metric number. The right person is called metric number. They put the metric number in the CD, in the record, right? Mm-hmm. So you know what year that record released, and if you want to find a stamper, you check on that metric number so you know it's an original press. Okay.
And of course, those days, not too many persons had pressing plants to manufacture vinyl records. Also, how did you identify one recording from another? Because it was just that flat mass of vinyl with a number, significant number for the purposes. But how would you recognize one recording from another?
Well, each studio have a different sound. A sound is very important, right?
And labeling?
Yeah, because in the early days you only have 2 recording studio in Jamaica. Right? People used to record at RJR and JVC, Stanley Motors and things, but when studio come in, it was Federal and World.
Instructive.
So Coxon and Drew Creed, that's where they used to record.
Right. So you had, like you said, 2 major players in the evolution of vinyl record production in Jamaica.
But
right.
What I heard, the first vinyl didn't press in Jamaica. It pressed in Miami.
Okay.
And that was Higgs and Wilson.
And what year was that?
Can't tell you the year, right? That is what I hear because I, excuse me, I wasn't around at that time, right?
Yeah.
The
Well,
song
story
was
goes on.
Manio. Oh Manio, oh Manio, yeah, right?
Which from what I've heard, that actual production was by Edward Seaga.
Edward Seaga,
Who went on to become Prime Minister of
Prime
Jamaica,
Minister
yes.
of Jamaica.
Right. But why was the business of labeling so important? The business of labeling what you recorded on vinyl, why was that so important?
Because it should have a label, right?
Precisely.
And then you have pre-release record, right? That didn't come with a label until the record was released, right? One was 12 and 6, and one was 7 and 6 when it released. It's 7 and 6. Pre-release is 12 and 6.
Inches? No,
Not
what
i-
do you mean when you say 12 and 6 you have to clarify?
Those days was pound.
Oh, you're talking about the money at the
The
time?
money.
Colonial times?
Yeah.
Okay, 12 shillings and 6 pence.
6 pence.
Okay, right.
So we call it 12 and 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so we have to clarify for our viewers.
And
you know,
7 and
we're
6.
yes,
7
because
shilling and 6 pence.
7 shillings and 6 pence. Right, so very, very informative. The two major players, they would actually do the recordings here, you said, and then the pressing would take place abroad. At what time did pressing of vinyl begin in Jamaica?
When I come in the business 1968, right, you have several press, Federal, World, and there was another place pressing record. Studio One used to press record too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
Okay,
Studio One.
Studio One
comes
used to
from
press
there.
record. All right. Another man named Mr. Pottinger. Sooner
would
Pottinger
have been
husband.
downtown. Yes.
Also press record.
Right. In record production in Jamaica those days, you used to have the small one that they call the 45.
Yeah, and you have LP record.
And then, right.
Right? You didn't have that, no 12 inch. But 12 inch is the same size as a LP, you know.
LP meaning long playing.
Long playing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And those distributors, those localized distributors who, as the music evolved at the time, it was from ska to rocksteady.
Well, it was before ska, well, right, because if you look on tune like Easy Snapping,
Yes, I remember
Okay.
that one.
that was one of the first big hit in Jamaica, right, by a family member of mine, right? And we used to call that
You-
Blue Beat
You
record.
don't mind calling his name, the name of that family member?
Theophilus Beckford.
Right, because that should resound with the
Yes,
fan
he
base.
started the whole revolution of Jamaican music by playing the piano and come up with. He used to study like fax domino and stuff like that, and
Right.
they change the beat as they play around and change the beat as they go along. Yeah.
With the labeling aspect of it now, because I know that, as you mentioned, pre-releases would come on a blank. It
And
would
a
be
blank. So when
white,
the record
yes.
release,
Yes,
they put your name on it with a label.
it would become official now
Official,
for the
official
market.
release. Official release.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Did you know of any other countries in the Caribbean which at that time would have been a part of the industry using vinyl to preserve their
Yes, man. You got Barbados and Trinidad.
okay.
Because when I was coming up, right, you have a group called the Merrymen.
The Merrymen
Out of
Calypsonians from
yeah,
Barbados.
Calypsonian.
Uh-huh.
A lot of Calypsonian used to come to Jamaica and play. A matter of fact, Calypso was bigger than Jamaican music
Okay. How
in
was
those
it?
days.
The promotion, you're talking
The
about
promotion,
the
and that was a uptown music, you know.
okay.
Because a lot of people don't know that you have uptown reggae and downtown reggae.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. There was a time when everything was stigmatized because we were coming out of the colonial rule.
Yeah.
The, colonial.
The uptown
Dominated
reggae was
society.
something watered out, like
Mhm.
Studio One, Drew Creed make a song, right? And then you have the Byron Lee, them do a version it, but for them version didn't hardcore like the downtown. They make it more refiner, you know?
Outside of as we say, the story of vinyl, the evolution of vinyl, when it actually plummeted, it went down, and then the way was open for all of these other means of preserving recordings, as you mentioned, cassettes, and then came VCR recording because Sly used to record on those tapes, on from which we would watch videos.
It's called ADAT.
Right, stuff like that, all of that. So but vinyl still was holding its own in some quarters. Vinyl, there were more persons in Jamaica with vinyl cutting machines, and I could name like GG's, Federal Dynamic Sounds, Sonic Sounds, right? As a matter of fact, Sonic Sounds dominated for many decades as just a vinyl cutting entity. And of course, these entities also, they became so massive that they would also be pressing and distributing with permission recordings from other countries.
Producers and other countries think they put out.
Right.
Like different labels from abroad. You understand?
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's what I recall. And so at the time when the dynamics, the market changed, so that CDs would have come into play, I still say that there would have been some persons who had an interest in preserving vinyl, and what happened over that period of time was that you would have persons coming from Brazil, Germany, Japan, all over. They were coming to buy.
Yeah, that's when the vinyl used to boom in Jamaica, right? Then when CD come in, it take a dip, right?
Right.
And for a long time, right? And we thought that vinyl was finished.
Right.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question squarely. Would there have been an ulterior motive for all of these players from different countries, first world and otherwise, coming to buy out the collection of vinyl? What are your
Well,
feelings?
that just started in the last couple of years, right? Because people used to throw away the vinyl when the CD come in, right?
I'm aware of that, yes.
Right, because a lot of DJs wasn't want to carry all this box of record, so you can get them on CD. It was much more easier, right? So they used to get rid of them record. You used to walk on the street and you say, man, put out them box of record. Them don't want it no more, you know?
And my question to you, do you believe that was short-sighted?
Yes, we didn't see the future coming. You see, as far as I'm concerned, vinyl didn't go nowhere, right?
Okay,
Yeah, right.
question I've been plugging for.
It's for the Caribbean people. They think it was finished, right? Caucasian always keep the vinyl and because they like to read the liner notes. You know, the vinyl used to carry on the back of a LP who play the bass, who do this, who do
The credits,
that.
all the credits.
All credits. While it's hardly appear on CD, right? And then CD was easy to pirate.
Okay, the CD was easier to pirate than a vinyl recording.
Than a vinyl recording.
Is it a fact, or is it myth, that one person could buy a cut of a vinyl record and go elsewhere and recreate what they call a stamper?
Yes.
And keep stamping the record?
Yeah. See what happened now. Even now, right? If you lost your master tape and you have a copy of the vinyl, that's a master tape to you, right? You can put it back and remix it from the record. Now the technology is there. Okay, you can remix it and then you can clean it up and make it sound different, even better than the original recording now.
So in that respect, it was a level of piracy that pervaded, that was a part of the business. One doesn't necessarily blame the era of the CD production as being an easier period of time to pirate music. It was being pirated anyway on the vinyl.
And the vinyl, even when CD was going, because what happened now? When CD come in and vinyl take a hit, right, you have people who still buy vinyl. But the vinyl, a lot of people think that vinyl was finished because the CD have a long run, right?
A long run in terms of what?
Couple of years, I think about 8 years or 9 years to 10 years. You have CD was
I mean, the transaction part of it,
the
selling
transaction
of
was selling CD, yeah, because plenty store did come out of vinyls there, you know, but somehow the recording company was losing money because CD was so easy to pirate right? If
Okay.
you might come out with a CD, right? And you press 500.
Yeah.
It take you a long time to sell the 500. But right there, you find you have 4,000 on the street.
Yes, because people have been duplicating.
Duplicate. You have man just come buy one CD and make a couple thousand,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's much more harder to do with vinyl
Right.
because it costs a lot more to produce a vinyl more than a CD.
And of course, CDs, as I discovered, are not as durable as a vinyl. The CD breaks easily.
Not
the
even
CD
break it. The vinyl sound much better than the CD sound.
Yes, but in terms
Right?
of
Because analog to me sound, right,
Yeah.
is better than digital.
right. As far as the preservation of recording was concerned over the years, vinyl did a better job of keeping a recording intact, right, than did CD, because the vinyl, although still perishable, it would last longer. It was more durable in terms of transporting it. Let me know what your experience was.
See what happened, right? It's the business run recording business.
Yes.
Okay? Record company was losing money